Hello, viewers. Welcome to Kboxtv. It's your boy Kofi Baisie Jnr. and it's the Total Boxing Show where we discuss what's happening in the world of boxing. I have my regular panel, Cudjoe, Amedoda, and Daniel Sowah, who will be joining the show very soon. But interesting thing happening in the world of boxing. We have our own Richard Commey in the news. We'll discuss his options of coming back on the 13th of February. And then we also have Adrien Broner also in the news. Interesting topics coming. And don't forget, the lightweight division is still the hottest division. The news coming in from the camp of Teofimo Lopez is that he has only 2 fights left. And after the 2 fights, he'll be moving up. And the fights that he's thinking about are two. One is Kambosos in Australia. And the second one, he wants to properly unify the division by fighting David Haney. He said point blank that they've already approached Gervonta Tongue Davis, but Floyd Mayweather denied or declined the fight. And so that fight is not going to happen. He said Floyd says no to the fight. So we ask, all right, we'll go for the other guys. And who are the other guys? The other guys are Ryan Garcia and David Haney. These are the guys that he mentioned their names that he has his eyes on. Like I said, I have my regular guys on the show, Cudjoe, Amedoda, and Daniel Sowah. We are all ready to tell you or let you know what's happening in the world of boxing, update you, bring you up to speed on boxing. First, we'll take it from Ghana. Manyo Plange is in the news. First, I want to say very big congratulations to him because it's not easy to fight his way to where he is now. Another fights that are coming on that might get Wasiru Mohammed, who's currently the WBO super bantamweight global champion, who is in Ghana, who might get himself to fight either Stephen Fulton or Angelo Leo after their fight on 23rd of this month. So let me bring on my regular guys, Amedoda and then Sowah. All right, guys, welcome to Kboxtv.
Thank you very much, Kofi.
All right, so we come to you. I think he's having a little bit of a network issues, but I'm sure that he'll be joining us very soon. Now, Amedoda, again, how are you doing?
I'm doing well.
We thank God. I think we have Daniel back. Daniel, welcome to Kboxtv, bro.
Thank you, Kofi.
We almost lost you because you were nowhere to be found. All right, so I'm sure we all know what's happening in the world of boxing, especially with the lightweight division mix. But in Ghana, we want to say a very big congratulations to Manyo Plange. He was in the news on the Daily Graphic celebrating the milestone that he has reached in his career now. Amedoda, anything that you like to say about Manyo Plange?
Yeah, Manyo worked his way very hard to the second position on the WBA. And as it is, he is there to fight the champion anytime or maybe eliminator anytime. And the way things are going, if his camp is very, very strong, that they can flex the muscles, Manyo can get a WBA title fight against Rigondo, which will be very, very good for Manyo and Ghana and even Africa. Because the first on the ladder is Russell. Gary Antonio Russell. Right. You see, right. Gary Russell is from a family. They are 4 guys, brothers, and all of them are boxers.
True.
And all of them are using the same name, Gary Russell. And one is Antonio. Then the most popular one is having a WBC title at featherweight.
That's true.
So. And then the one that Manyo's supposed to fight as eliminator is a lefty. And then you all know Gary Russell is the one of the most speed hand in the on the boxing field now. So by all means, the brother is also having the same speed and things like that. So that fight, I am seeing that fight to be more fireworks than against Rigondeaux. So
fight.
yeah, so to me, if his managers can flex the muscle and then get the fight against Rigondeaux than the Gary Russell, I will be very happy, and then that title will be easily coming to Ghana. Even though I believe strongly that even the eliminator, which will be against Gary Russell, Manyo will surely win that fight too.
Right. Now, so Manyo Plange has been one of the names that have been mentioned in Ghana that he could be a world champion, and he's truly fought his way to the number 2 position. If you know the career of Manyo Plange, you know that he hasn't been one of the easiest fighters. He's not with the team that would have let's say like a team like the Dogbits, right? If he was with the Dogbits, like maybe he would have been a world champion by now, or maybe the people that helped promoted like Duke Micah and Richard Commey. That'll be maybe he would have had the world title shot now. But this time looks like things are working in his favor a little bit, and at least for him to get into the rankings, definitely that his team is working. So now, if there's anything that or piece of advice that you would love to leave, what would it be?
The advice I give to Manyo is that he should just stay focused. He should know that he has no one by his side because there's someone who has really fought for still is not being able to get this opportunity. It took a long time for him to get this opportunity. So if truly he has gotten this opportunity, he must just put it in his head that he has no one. And Kofi, anybody that has no one fights for himself. And when he goes there, he fights for pride and he works for himself. So basically that is what he has to do, because if you go and we blow this chance away, your chances of getting this kind of opportunity again will be maybe 20% or 10%, which means you probably won't get this opportunity again. So I think his position and he being a good boxer already, all that he needs now is that motivation that I need to be a world champion. Like the way we saw Joshua Clottey. You see, when Joshua Clottey fought, he was treated for so many times, but that last fight that he fought with Abjuda, even when everybody felt the judges were going to give it, were going to put a disqualification on that fight, he had a strong belief that he was going to be a world champion. At the end of the day, they declared him as a world champion. So this is the mentality that I think Manyo Plange must go into the ring with. From now on, if you just believe, even when people come to him, they tell him, I want to help you and all that, he should just have it in mind that he has no one. He just has to fight for himself and become a world champion if he really wants to go far.
Right. You just hear it from Sowah, who says that his advice to Manyo Plange will be for him to continue working hard because already he's there. So you should keep focused, keep working hard so that when the opportunity comes, to be able to get or secure that world title that he wants. Guys, if you are wondering who is this Manyo Plange talking about, is this kid. Manyo Plange is this fighter that you see in your shot now. He went all the way to Singapore to fight the IBU bantamweight champion. Then a fight that many people thought he won, including myself. He fought Michael Marinez at the Marina Bay Sands. Cracking fight, tough fight. That was one of the fights that really put him on the world. And he's been looking to, secure a shot after that fight, but unfortunately, things hasn't gone his way. But looks like this year it's still going to be easier because he's ranked number 2, and his managers and promoters are doing everything in their possible power to be able to secure him a world title shot. So, guys, if you're wondering who is this Manyo Plange talking about, here's the guy in your shot. All right, guys, real quick, let's move on to the camp of Richard Commey. So, finally, is out that he'll be fighting at the bubble at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, a 10-rounder fight. Their fight is going to feature on the Joe Smith versus Maxim Vlasov fight for the vacant WBO World Light Heavyweight Title Championship. So their fight is going to be the second fight, or the fight before the main event. So, guys, Richie Commey return. What are his chances? I mean, Sowah.
Kofi, Richard Commey has already been a world champion before, and initially when I saw this fight, I know it's going to be fireworks for him. It's going to really prove himself because, when you're a world champion and a young chap like this he gets that title shot and he takes it away from you, you always want to come back angry. You want to come and prove a point. And I think Richard Commey physically and mentally he's been prepared for that. Throughout this COVID time, he's been training. He was in Ghana. He was spending his time at the beach, in the gym, training with the local people and all that. So when you look at Richard Commey, he has been trained locally and he has been trained abroad. So this time around when he's coming beautiful. And I feel with the pressure at 135, even if you are a natural boxer or you're a natural fighter, the pressure at 135 will push you to add something to your God-given talent. And I feel that is what Richard Commey has been able to work on. Because, Amedoda will tell him, because this time around, what we can do is to get you the fight. But once we get you the fight, you must do something extraordinary. You must do something extraordinary for the people to give you that world title shot again. And Kofi, and in as much as I've not been watching all his training, but the few that I've saw, Kofi, I know is well prepared. He's well prepared to make a comeback. And Kofi, I wouldn't be surprised even if he doesn't win against these big boys at 135, maybe a rematch with Tofimo or Deviani or a fight with Tank. Even if he doesn't win against them, Kofi, he will give that kind of performance that people call him to fight all the boys at 135. Because it's really trained well, and I think he will make a good comeback.
Interesting. Now let me jump straight to Cudjoe. Cudjoe, we've seen some few fights of, some few training of Richard Commey. I remember the last time that he lost, many Ghanaians were bringing the name of Andy Rosa into the equation, but he's still working with him and training with him now. Do you have anything objection to that he's still working with him? Do you wish that he would have moved on to a different trainer?
What I would say, the fight that he lost against Teofimo, that's his last fight, I don't think the blame should totally go to the or highly go to the trainer, because it was a little mistake that, and then maybe the corner might at least shout on him but it was critical point. So you cannot just stand on that and say that, oh, because of that lose, he should go and then join somebody else. No, he was with that guy and then winning fights and things like that. And then nobody knew of that. And then all of a sudden, that little mistake or blink of an eye mistake came, and then that is the end of it. He should still go on and then work with the guy, and then maybe get some 2-3 fights, and then we see how the future will be like. But the thing is, this is a comeback fight. So this comeback fight is a fight that he have no excuse. And then moreover, I am happy that they gave him a guy like this, because this guy, I don't think he have that kind of stone hand to disturb Richard, because his knockout ratio is very, very low and things like that. So this is the fight for Richard to at least push his name on the ladder at 135, because now his name is lost. Since he lost that fight, his name lost on the top level of the 135, which is surprising anyway. But this fight should be a fight that he should crack, and then he should take it more than a title fight and then take the guy out in a very dynamic manner, so that his name will come back at the top level at 135 again. And that will help him to get a chance to at least fight the champions very soon.
I've always had a problem with how the international media have treated Richard Commey, even when he was a world champion. You understand? They didn't treat him like with respect, in my opinion. When he had a world title, or when he had the championship belt on his strap, many times that he was going to fight, he wasn't even given the kind of recognition that we know him to be. Come on, he was a world champion. But I agree with you that if he wins this fight in a devastating manner, it would lift the name Richard Commey up again and hopefully secure a world title shot again. even with fights happening, we know fans are being allowed to the venue, but not like before. And so we know that if he's able to secure a fight, maybe people will be able to go watch, but it wouldn't be with that kind of noise or crowd that were present during the fight against Teofimo Lopez. But in any case, we wish him well, and we hope that he'll be able to jump back well in a very devastating manner, like we are always saying, and secure a world title shot soon. So that's what's happening in the camp of Richard Commey and what's happening in Ghana. And on boxing returning in Ghana, according to the Ghana boxing secretary, he says that very soon they'll be having shows in Ghana. So we should keep our fingers crossed. And so we'll just be keeping our ears on the ground. And anytime that they announce that shows are going to happen, we'll definitely keep our followers and our fans updated. In Nigeria, it has also not really started. I saw some few posters in Nigeria, but I haven't really confirmed with the secretary yet. So as soon as I get some confirmation, I'll also come on back here and then let fans know what's happening. But in Tanzania, there's a card happening on the global boxing star scenes. We'll try as much as possible to get Scott Patrick with global boxing stars. He's having a show in conjunction with I think Jackson Group in Tanzania. And so I'll try and get either Scott or the Jackson guy on the show within the coming week, and then get to know what's happening and how they'll be able to do the show. It's going to happen on 29th of January. They said they have 4 shows in 2021 happening in Tanzania, which is going to be streamed across the world, which is a very good boost for African boxing. So that's the update that I have for you as far as African boxing is concerned. Now let's jump straight to our man, or the division which has now become the cash division, or the most competitive division in boxing at the moment. I'm talking about the king of the division, who is Teofimo Lopez. He says that they tried getting a fight, or they approached Floyd Mayweather to fight Tank, but Floyd has declined, and so he says he's looking at fighting either Ryan Garcia or fight David Haney to secure or properly get all the WBC title and add it to what he already has, and for him to be the undisputed that the world is denying him of. Now, let me jump to Sowah. Sowah, is your boy undisputed or not? You've muted your.
Kofi Teofimo.
Yeah. Teofimo, is he undisputed or not?
Kofi is undisputed. It's undisputed because Kofi is a kind of.
If he's undisputed, then why is he saying that he wants to fight the WBC title so that he can become the undisputed that the world is denying him of?
Kofi, you see, the problem is from the WBC. It's from them. And you see, if I fought the guy that everybody was afraid to fight, and I was able to push through to make that fight happen, and I won all these titles. Right now, the Vianney is also having a WBC title. Kofi, I'll definitely say, let me fight him. Because the Vianney also feels he's a world champion. Because the BBC says he's a world champion, and that's what he also believes in. So if because of that, and some hardcore fans like Amedoda or the Vianney are saying that the Vianney is a world champion, he has to beat the Vianney. People like Amedoda will say anything again. They can just keep quiet and say Teofimo is undisputed. But Kofi, as it stands now, even no matter where you go, you will say Teofimo is undisputed. Kofi, who did the Vianney fight? Like which that big bosser did he fight? The title was Lomachenko. Now Lomachenko was even supposed to fight you. He didn't fight you. Then through email, WBC, Suleiman just wake up one day and he tells you you are the next world champion. Kofi, how is this accepted? It's never accepted anyway. It's never accepted anyway. You get me? So we all know this guy. See, I was really supporting Lomachenko. See, Kofi Teofimo really fought well. He fought well. He deserves to be the undisputed champion. So if some people are not like, some people are Amedoda don't want to see him as undisputed champion, he has to beat that boy. And Kofi will beat him. He will beat him. Teofimo and the Vianney. It's an 80-85. The Vianney will be beaten. Will be knocked out. I don't want to even say much. Let you go to Amedoda, let us listen to what you say. How is going to defend his boy?
Exactly. You know, I'm about to say that Amedoda's name has been dragged into your comments like more than even the name that I wanted you to mention. So Amedoda, now they are saying that you are not. Let me hear what you have to say. You heard everything that he said. So let me hear what you have to say.
First of all, the comment that Negro is making, I don't know why he's making that comment anyway. But how you, somebody who follow boxing, you know nitty-gritty of boxing, you will say that Devin Haney don't deserve WBC title. Why would you say that? Devin Haney climbed the ladder, okay, and then the title was with Lomachenko. Okay, and then Devin Haney became the #1 contender. Okay, and if it was some time ago, nobody would open their mouth. WBC would just drop the tender in that, hey, let this fight happen. Okay, only that these days it's not like that. And then Devin Haney was there, was saying that, hey, I want to beat Lomachenko before he grew old. As he became the #1, he was saying that I want to beat Lomachenko, not that Lomachenko will grow old before he fights me. I want to beat him. And Lomachenko know the guy who is talking. And Bob Arum also know the guy who is talking. So they went and kneeled down for what's the name? WBC, and begged for franchise. Then there's nothing called franchise. You just relinquish the title. Relinquish the title. Rather than that franchise, whatever. There's nothing called franchise. Franchise doesn't mean anything. WBC themselves came out and said that unless you come and kneel down and beg, they will give you the franchise. The franchise only means that you will not fight your #1. So once you will not fight your #1, you leave that title. So if you leave the title is for who? And that guy, Devin Haney, didn't go and take the title. After he fought and beat the number 2 contender, became the #1 contender, he had a fight. After they give him the title, he had a fight against another guy and beat the guy from round 1 to round 12. Tell me that he's not a world champion. He defended the WBC title. He defended it already. Tell me that he's not a world champion. WBC came out and said that these people, Lomachenko came with Bob Arum and they begged, okay, before they give them the franchise. So Devin Haney fought for WBC, but Teofimo didn't fight for WBC. Teofimo never fight for WBC. The franchise title is a title that you will not fight for. So the fight that happened between Teofimo and Lomachenko, there wasn't anything like WBC on it. If somebody is saying that, then the person don't know how the whole thing works or how the whole thing, how the arrangement is. Teofimo never fight for WBC title. Okay, even that franchise title might still be with this thing, Lomachenko, because he begged for it. Franchise is not title that you fight for. Yeah, you beg for it and they give it to you. So it's for you and you alone. Okay.
But we all know that the fight that Teofimo versus Lomachenko, that franchise title was part of the title that they competed for.
Kofi, franchise titles is not the title that they fight for, it's title that they beg for. So if Teofimo won WBC title, he should go and fight the one who is having the title. That title is with Devin Haney. And if he fight the Devin Haney finish, then he can go and beg for franchise, and then you also have another franchise.
Interesting.
Yeah, that is simple as it is.
All right, but looking at the division now, with Floyd saying that he doesn't want his boy to fight Teofimo Lopez, do you feel like Floyd thinks Tank will lose against Teofimo Lopez? Sowah?
Oh, exactly. Like I've always told you, Tank has a bad defense, and Kofi, you know, Mayweather. We all know Mayweather is that kind of a boxer that is able to read fights a lot. Like he knows what an opponent can do. So Mayweather doesn't really take big risk. Because you can see even when he retired, certain boxers are there, people were pushing for him to fight, but he himself, he knows probably because of my age, if I should get into the ring with this guy is a little quick, or this guy may give me that problem. So then don't let me try. And if you can, if you want to really find out what I'm saying is true, you can look at the fight, his fight with Maidana. In the first fight, he saw what Maidana did to him. People said Maidana won the fight. And we all felt, okay, Maidana put a good performance. Kofi, in the rematch, you saw Mayweather did. He fought Maidana like, even if you have seen the first fight before, you ask that, is it the same Maidana that fought Mayweather? He changed the fight. Because it's that kind of betting that it can read fight. So Kofi, he knows if Tank should face Lopez is going to beat him. And it's not just going to beat him, it's going to knock him out. Mayweather really knows. So you see, if you find yourself with a manager or a promoter like Mayweather, Kofi, you can have a long career span.
Interesting.
Because he knows the game. He knows what he can do for you. If you want to make money, he knows how you can make money. If you want to go far and become world champions in a lot of divisions, he knows how he can help you to do that. So he knows that, you see, and right now Timo has grown some kind of wings. It's not just about who he used to be. He has 3 of the titles. He beat Lomachenko. That Lomachenko that a lot of people were not really pushing to fight. He took that big fight. And he fought really well with Lomachenko. You see, when he fought Lomachenko, you will see that this guy is the kind of boxer that he can go the distance, and he can also throw those big shots and knock you out. So if you put Teofimo and Tank down, you realize that Teofimo will throw a lot of power punches that he will be landing. Because those angles, or he will cover those angles. And now, like I said, Tank is a good boxer, but even Tank, what makes people think Tank is that great of a boxer is his left uppercut. And go and watch Tank's fight. Before you go down with that left uppercut, you have to try about 4 of them. And I keep saying, any boxer from the Swiss science of boxing won't allow you to throw that 4 uppercuts. If you throw that 4 uppercuts and you even land all the 4 of them, it will be spread according within 12 rounds. And if it's being spread within 12 rounds, you can't knock the person down. And if you should go the distance, you are going to lose. Because we've seen all his fights when he fought boxers that were really good in the rounds. He lost most of the rounds. So you get me. So these are the kind of things, Kofi, I think we have to look at and understand the reason why Mayweather is making that kind of a statement. So it's actually protecting the career of Tank.
Okay, interesting. But for you, Sowah, for you, Amedoda, do you think that it's been protected, or you think that Floyd is pushing the fight for the fight to become one of the money fights in the division?
First of all, I don't believe that Tank, what's the name, Teofimo went there with the contract that Tank didn't sign. I don't believe that, because the first person who will be preventing this fight will be Bob Arum. Bob Arum would not like to work with Mayweather. That is it. He will not like to work with Mayweather. So the first person who will prevent, or the serious person that will be preventing this fight, will be Bob Arum. So if Teofimo came out and then saying that, he want to fight Tank, and then Mayweather say Tank, he will not allow Tank to fight him. What did Bob Arum say? Let's hear that one too. What did Bob Arum say? As he said he's going to fight Tank, what did Bob Arum say? Did Bob Arum say that, yes, I'm ready to work with Mayweather? Did Bob Arum say that? Did Bob Arum say that? They shouldn't be coming out with some news that are not having tail. That is it.
Bob was not in the mix on this one, so I think we have to just take what we have. That Mayweather says he doesn't want his boy to fight him.
Bob is the promoter. Okay, even this guy Teofimo, he's been working with all these guys together. Okay, and they know each other very well. Teofimo himself know that there's no way he can beat Tank. There's no way he can beat Tank. Teofimo is a good boxer, but his mind is very small. If you compare it to Tank, yes, he's a good boxer, but his mind is very small. That is why this guy, what's the name? Do you know why Lomachenko did not pull the contract that there should be a rematch? Do you know why?
Tell us.
He has serious fear for Teofimo before the fight. That is why he didn't put that contract there that there should be a rematch. And after the fight, or as the fight started from round 1 to round 6, he realized that no, I am doing myself. Let me try myself and see. And then he see that oh, Teofimo is vulnerable. A lot of punches can land on Teofimo, and if he's receiving punches, his reaction to punch receiving is very poor. And we know Teofimo now. We know Lomachenko don't have that power to knock somebody down. And you try this in front of Tank. You will try this in front of Tank. Tank will attack you, and then you try this. He will take you out simple. Teofimo also have a punch that can take you out, but Tank reaction when he receives punch is far better than what Teofimo have. And Teofimo mind is very small. If you attack him, then he looks very vulnerable. So there's no way Teofimo can beat Tank. No way.
Interesting. Now, let's look at the fact that Teofimo is saying that he's trying to get only 2 fights in this division, and then he leaves because his body is not going to allow him to stay in the division for long. Do you think that? So, do you think that he's saying that because he feels like he has become undisputed already, so he wants to chase for bigger glories, or what? Let me know. Let me get your opinion on it. Do you think it's because he wants to go chase bigger glories, or he feels like, or you think he's afraid of the guys in the division now?
You know, with the way 135, the 135 is now, you know, some talents needs to move up, some talents needs to move down. So if the weight is going to favor you to go down, you have to go down. If the weight is going to favor you to go up, to go up. Because if you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, if it doesn't move up, what is going to happen now is that his career might end before time. Why am I saying his career is going to end before time? Because the 135 is full of talent. You beat this one today, but bear in mind this one may get better and come and beat you back. So if he's been able to secure 3 titles, even we should even say 4, he's able to do that. The best thing he has to do now is he has to run from the division. Because Kofi, the boys at 135, it's no joke, man. It's no joke. It's no joke. You see how funny it is. Teofimo is having 3 of the titles now. But as of now, nobody is checking anybody. Nobody is checking anybody like maybe this one is bigger. No. It's like I don't even have a title, but when you check the ratings are like almost the same. The ratings between Evieni, the ratings between Ryan Garcia, Teofimo, Tank, it's like it's the same. Forget the fact that he's having the title. And so Teofimo is been able to beat these 3 boys, Evieni, Ryan Garcia, and Tank. That is when he will assume the throne as a king of 135. For Lomachenko that he won the title against, it's nothing. Like it's not even written. That's the reason why he's trying to get a win, which he believes he can easily beat him. He won't go to Tank. He won't go to Ryan Garcia. Those 2 fights are too risky for him. But the fight that he can take and he can easily assume the throne that I'm the king of 135 is Devieni. And apart from that, Devieni has the title that if he gets that title, he can put all those people that are against him that is not undisputed. He can just put all them to sleep that now I'm 135. I've been able to beat Devieni. So Kofi, clearly, if he's taking 2 fights before he moves up with, is the best thing for him to do. Because that is where if he goes there, he will be a king and his territories will be protected. He wouldn't have any threat to his kingship. So I think that's the reason why he wants to move up.
Interesting. But if you look at history of boxing, right, what made some of the greatest people great is the fact that, you know, they were fighting each other. Look, when we look at the division where we had Wilfred Benitez, Eric Morales, Marco Antonio, Roman Guzal, they were all in this division. They were very young around that time. I remember Ray Leonard was around 23, Benitez was around 21, Eric Morales was around 22, Marco was around 26. very young talent. If you compare it to this our time too, it's almost the same. We're looking at 21 years old, 22 years old. Tank is the oldest with 26 years, and I think Teofimo's 23. All of them young. If you look at the history with the names that I mentioned before, they were fighting each other, and that is what made them great. If you go on YouTube today and you type Sugar Ray Leonard, definitely will take you to a fight versus Wilfred Benitez, or will take you to maybe like say Eric Morales. Will take you to against Berra. Those were the guys that were fighting around those, and they were in their peak. And then they fought each other. They were not afraid of anybody. You understand? So, but at the end of the time, or when they retired, these are the fights that still up to today we still talk about. Do you? I'm throwing a question to you, Amedoda, that for you, would you want him to stay there, take the fights that is in that particular division, fight among themselves, maybe like dominate the airways for some time before he decides to move up? Would you agree with this, or you think that for real maybe he should move up and chase bigger glories?
If I have the chance to advise Teofimo, I'll tell him to stay there and then fight at least for a year or two before moving out of there, because now the searchlight is on 135. The focus is on 135.
Yeah.
And 135, if not yet, will soon be making bigger money than even wherever that he will try to go, because all the guys are there. If they decide to be dead and then fight, that is where the thing is. But this talk that he's fighting 2 fights and then move up is just a talk. He's talking out of fear. He's talking out of fear. Because his next fight is talking about Kamboso, this Kamboso guy who know him, and then who know Kamboso. So if you really want the fire, first these top guys, Ryan Garcia is there, Devihani is there, Tank is there. You can even call the bluff of Lomachenko and give him the rematch, which I am not in support anyway, because Lomachenko is the cause of it. But yeah. But call the bluff of Lomachenko, give him the rematch. Then we'll see that this guy is coming with fire. You see?
Yeah.
And that is the thing. So if you are saying that you are going up, when you go out, you are going to meet Josh Taylor or those guys over there, they don't have name. Josh Taylor, nobody know him. If he want to fight and get money, first of all, the next match should not be Kamboso. He should fight Devihani. Devihani, you get a bigger money than even if he leave all the title and move up to go and fight Josh Taylor or whoever. You see? And that place too is not the place that he will just go and then be free over there. But the only thing is those guys, their names are not. Reggie Prograis is there. He's a very crack boxer. All those guys are there. So if he go there too, if you don't take that, they will beat him there. But the only reason why he feel like he's talking about going up there is when he go up and lose a fight there, he will be comfortable with it than be here and then they beat him and take all the titles from him. That is why he's eager to move up. Yeah.
I understand.
Because if he's here, he will make more money over here with the guys that he will fight, and then he will make name at 135. So why rush?
Right.
Going up to where? For what?
Okay. Interesting. Now let's discuss our 4-time world champion, Adrien Broner. You know, about billions, the billions man. The billion man, you know, the man who wanted 10 million before he stepped into the ring. Looks like finally we're going to see about billions in the ring, and his opponent that will be fighting is this very young man you are seeing on the screen. His name is Michel Rivera. You know, undefeated with 19 fights. He's won all the 19 fights, and he's not lost a single fight. Now, let me go straight to the About Billions supporter. So let me hear what he has to say. About Billions.
Yeah,
About Billions is returning.
Yeah, we don't do. We are here to make money. The money we need, We spent everything. We are coming to big art.
Right. But like on a more serious note, I mean, we've been seeing videos of him training very seriously now. I think 2 days ago he was with Robert Easter and Joventa Tag Davis himself. They were about in the Sweet Boxing Gym in Florida, training very hard, and you can see that he's very determined, very poised, and very serious this time, and wants to come back into the game and to become a world champion again. What do you say, or what do you have to say about the performance or the few videos that you have seen about Adrien Broner and his determination to become a world champion again?
Kofi, it's really interesting, and Kofi, I've been following him so much, and I really like Adrien Broner. And Kofi, when his life was going backwards, I was really worried for him. But Kofi, the determination, what's the source of the determination of him coming back? The determination is because he wants to make money, and I think he understands what he has been able to make out of boxing before, the kind of money he was able to make when he was boxing. And if he has that mentality, he knows that back then I've been able to do this even when I was not really focused, and I want to make a comeback to really make big money. Then, so we know the determination aspect is solid. And right now, we can see that he's training in the gym and all that is all good. But the only thing maybe I may be a little worried about is the opponent is coming to fight now. Is it that crack boxer? Because Broner has been out for some time now, so he needs a winning mentality. He needs a winning path that will strengthen his mind and it will strengthen his spirit for him to feel like he's a boxer again. Because if you've been out of the ring for so long and you're going to face a young boy like this who is also hungry to make his name, maybe you might give you that kind of a fight that you take some punches and maybe you might lose that fight. And if you lose that fight, it means the spirit is going to go down forever. Your chances of becoming a boxer again will be over, because promoters don't even want to work with him because of some kind of lifestyle he had before. So I just pray that this opponent that is going to fight wouldn't be that crack of a boxer, because we just need someone who will bring him back to the sport, who will usher him back to the sport. A fight that will not be that tough. You get me? So if he's going to face someone who has never tasted defeat before, it's two things. If he wins this fight, someone who has never tasted defeat and he beats him, is going to raise his spirit high. Like, he's going to feel, yeah, really, I'm that kind of a boxer, and I know I can beat some of the big boys even there. So let me keep that winning mentality. Let me continue that way. But if it doesn't go that way to Kofi, you know what happens? That's the end of Adrien Broner. And I know this fight itself is going to sell a lot, because I see Europeans talking about it. It has that kind of vibe around all these people, the fans, the big names and all that. So someone I even saw Rick Ross posting and all that. So it's really a big comeback. So my only problem is the match itself. That is it not a much bigger than him? If it's not a much bigger than him, then it's perfect. But if it's bigger than him, that's the only place maybe you might have a problem.
Interesting. About billions. We have the billions. We have the about billions man about to step into the ring. Let me switch to the Amedoda camp and find out what he has to say about the about billions fight. Who is scheduled to face Michel Rivera. Now, Amedoda, I'm sure you've also seen the videos of Adrien Broner training, working out very seriously and all that. His opponent, 19-0. We've heard what Sowah is saying, that it's sort of a big fight for him. And he's also saying that if he's able to win, he would also let him or put him out there that he's really, really ready for the names in the welterweight division. Don't forget that he lost in 2009 to Manny Pacquiao in the WBA World Welterweight Championship. Before then, he had a draw against Jesse Vargas, and he lost to Mickey Garcia in 2007 when they were fighting for the WBC Diamond Super Light World title. And then he also lost to Sean Portes after 12 rounds, of boxing. It was one of the fights that a lot of us were also rooting for Broner to win, but he couldn't win. And then he lost again in 2013 to Marcos Maidana. These names that we have mentioned are crack boxers. I'm talking about Manny Pacquiao, who is still, even at 42, a WBA champion, world champion. At 42, beating a very active Keith Thurman. We are talking about Mickey Garcia, who has done a lot, who has dominated the lightweight division for a while before moving to the welterweight division. We are talking about Sean Porter, who was even a WBC welterweight champion. We are talking about Marcos Maidana, who even posed a problem for our own or our former undisputed world champion, even though he lost the fight. But we saw the fight and we realized how he posed a very big challenge or threat to some of the big names, including Floyd Mayweather. Now, he's coming back to face a fighter who's 19-0 and up and coming, very hungry fighter. And we know what he has been through. He's already been out of the ring for more than a year. He tried to even do music that he wanted to, become a rapper. And at a point, the music was going well, it wasn't going well. Then he started asking for $10 million, before he stepped into the ring. He told everyone that if he doesn't get the 10 million, he's not stepping into the ring. He's had a few problems with his baby mamas and with some females and girls. He's a celebrity. It's about the billions. So, some small problems too will be coming, and we call him the trouble, the problem too. So, say he's not really away from the problem. With all these things, the fights and everything, do you think, one, he's ready to come back from the video that you have seen? And if he comes back, do you think that he's going to stay for a very long time?
The whole thing is, Sowah said it already, that is because of the money, that is why he's coming into the ring again. Because Broner started his boxing career with some serious and some fire. And then from there, all eyes were on him. And then he was making big money. Okay, anytime that you hear the name Broner, you know that money is there. He was making money. And then all of a sudden, and all the names that you mentioned, and then they fight and beat him. In fact, then what are you coming back to come and do? Because those people, they are still there. And even the ones that are coming now are even stronger than those people that beat you already. And he's not a serious person. Broner is not a serious person in boxing. Chilling and unnecessary things. Even look at this short time that he was off from boxing. He bloated. And then now that you are coming back to trim yourself and all these things, to fight who? I don't know, he cannot take title. He cannot, no. The only thing is, he can still get into the ring and make some money. That is why he's coming back to fight. And then the people that he can fight are the guy that he's coming to fight now. He cannot take this thing to go and face Crawford and Spence. He cannot take it to them. You see, so where he is, he's okay. He will make the money. He will go into the ring and make money. So that is all. But he's not coming to come and make any amends in boxing again.
Okay. Interesting. Now, but I'm one of the guys who are really excited about this fight because we know the excitement that Broner brings into the ring, even from the press conference. And now that the opponent hasn't been really confirmed, but you let them confirm it. You see things. Or what do you say, Sowah? What do you say about what I'm saying? What do you say about or what do you think about what I'm saying, Amedoda?
Oh yeah, it's true. That is exactly what it is. As he's coming in, boxing is entertainment. So he's coming in with full entertainment and things like that. And then people love him. He has the crowd. People love him. And then when he's fighting, even though he's losing and things like that, still people love to see him fight. And then the way he go about entertaining side of it, the things we will talk, and you see, those things will ginger you. The last time I heard one of his this thing saying that, he was saying that, as the people are calling him to go and fight Devin Haney, if he went out there, blow Devin Haney, knock him out, what is he going to gain from it? So I was like, wow, this guy started again. So That is it. He's bringing the entertainment to board again. Yeah, everybody will love to watch him. Yeah.
Right. Now, so I ask you about entertainment that Broner brings into the ring. Is this something that we are missing in the current fighters that we have now? Hello, Sowah, can you hear us? Oh, I think. Can you hear us, Sowah? Oh, we've lost him. We'll try and see whether we can get him back on the show, and then we get to hear what he has to say about the entertainment that Broner brings into the ring. Can you hear us now? Okay, so we are talking about the excitement that Broner brings into the ring. Did you think that this time it will be bigger and better than we know him already?
Yeah, it's gonna be bigger and better because Broner has been out of the ring for some time now, and he wants to bring something. He wants to like announce his presence, and when it comes to boxing and like entertainment or boxing and comedy, right? It's Broner that holds it, and ever since he left, that comedy aspect has been taken away. And Broner is a good boxer. It's a very good boxer. You can't knock him out.
Right.
So all Broner needed was that team that will straighten him. That's the only team Broner needed. And Kofi, it is coming back and he's realized he has made a lot of mistakes. His comeback is about mistakes that he has made. So the only thing that is going to change now is that it's going to be really focused. But the entertainment aspect, the joy that he brings into the ring, that is not going to change. That is still going to be there because when you watch his sparring and his training, you can still see that thing is still there. And that's the reason why everybody's talking about him. That's the reason why everybody wants to see him in the ring. So the entertainment there.
Now, so I mentioned something that I want to ask you, Amedoda. Talking about team is everything that you need as a boxer. Now he has Robert Easter and Gervonta Tank Davis helping him prepare for his comeback. These two guys, do you think these two guys are enough for him to be able to help him prepare and get him in shape for the fight?
Oh yeah. Those guys they are good, but one thing is all the guys are below his weight, so it will help him, and then he'll be able to get how he will be shaped and things like that. Because even this is a comeback. He's coming back, so as he's coming back, he don't need any crack guys to come around him and then try to drain him out. So if he's with this guy, all these guys are very good boxers. Tank is there, and then the other guy, what's the name? He's also a former Robert Easter. Yeah, he fought and got a decision around Richard Commey and things like that. He was a world champion before and things like that. So they are all a good guy. And then the team that he's in, one thing is he's not new on the floor, so he know all these guys, and then his boss Mayweather is there to help him. All these guys are there to help him, and their friends, they go to town all the time and do things. So if he's serious, all the things depend on him. Seriousness depend on him, and if he's able to make it, fine. But without that, he cannot make it. But the thing that he have around, he is okay to make him make it.
Okay, interesting. Now, the last topic that we'll talk about is the fight between Angelo Leo and then Stephen Fulton. Stephen Fulton caught or had COVID-19 ahead of their fight, so that fight couldn't happen. And so Angelo Leo had to go face a different opponent, and eventually he became a WBO super bantamweight world champion. Now, finally, the fight that couldn't happen because of COVID-19 is scheduled to happen on January 23rd. The reason why I'm talking about this fight is that one Ghanaian fighter called Wasil Mohammed stands a chance of fighting the fighter maybe soon, because he stands, I think he's number 6 in the world. So definitely he's also working and edging towards that particular world title. Now, Stephen Fulton has been one name that was even tipped to win the world title before he got the COVID-19. Now he's COVID-19 free. We hope that he will be able to stay still COVID-19 free on January 23rd, so that we'll be able to fight Angelo Leo. Now I'm coming to you, Sowah. What do you think will happen when Fulton fights Angelo Leo on January 23rd? I think you have muted your. Can you hear us? Oh, Amedoda, let me hear what you have to say about the Fulton versus Angelo Leo fight.
These guys, they are. This is a fight that will be a crack fight, and then a fight that will open a way for Wasiru Muhammad. So we should be praying and then be believing that any of these guys that will be winning, and then Wasiru will get a chance to fight him and then win again. That is what we are believing. My problem that I have with Wasiru's managers is they need to give the guy serious exposure, okay, to go and face these people at wherever, US and things like that, and then be able to win the fight. But if they're not giving him this exposure, it might go to affect him. That is one thing that I am believing strongly. It might go on to affect him. So they have to give the guy a chance to go out, face the crowd, see people, a lot of different people, and then how they chant against you that is coming in for the first time and things like that. They should give him that chance before the time will come for him to try to become a world champion or to get to fight a world title.
Right. I think what you're saying is very something very that's something for the management to think about, because of course the exposure is everything that some fighters need to be able to deliver when they get a big shot. So yes, I really agree with you that his management needs to give him that kind of opportunity that will make him fight before the world title shot happens. So yeah, on January 23rd, I'm sure we will be back here and then we'll discuss. It will be on a Saturday night, so we'll be back and discuss what we will see on the fight between Stephen Fulton and Angelo, where we think Wasiru will be able to fight any of them, regardless of who wins, whether we'll be able to fight the winner when the opportunity comes. Now, Amedoda, thank you for your time. Is there any, let me get your last words, if there's any last words that you'd like to say before you go?
Kofi, earlier on you said something about Richard Commey, how the media go against him, the media work against him and things like that. That is one serious thing that we should be very, very, very careful of, especially our boxers should be very, very careful of that. Because in that fight, Richard Commey, I saw the fight that Richard Commey got beaten before he got into the ring. When you watch very well, even before, you see that all attention was on Teofimo. Meanwhile, Teofimo never even climbed a ring for a world title before. Okay? But all eyes are on Teofimo. The media is talking about Teofimo. Even walking into the ring, you will see that they are showing Teofimo all over. Everything Teofimo. And then, when you what I'm saying, before you realize what I'm saying is, when Richard was coming into the ring, you saw his demeanor. You can see that, is this guy coming to fight or what? He was so dull and cool, okay? I saw all these things, and then I'm like, no. Media helped the beating of Richard Commey before the fight started. Okay? So, these are the things. And then, even that time, Richard Commey was not talking. He was not making any headline anywhere that, hey, I'm coming in there to do this, do that, and then be showing some of the things that he know how to do or some of the things that he's planning for. No. No media is talking about that thing. You will not see any headline like that, even in Ghana here. Okay, those are the things that work very hard on Richard Commey and then cause him to lose that fight in that manner. Okay, so this is the thing that if like these our boxers, anytime that they get the chance to talk to media and things like that, they should make sure that they are saying things that will expose them and then give them that courage, and then gives supporters privilege to believe that, hey, this guy is coming in to do something. This thing happened to Richard Commey. Anybody that will go back and watch the tape and things like that, the person will realize that, yes, what I'm saying, it worked hard against Richard Commey. So our boxers should be very, very serious with this, and then they should be friendly with media, journalists, and things like that, so that the exposure will be there for them. And then when they go out to fight, they know that, hey, you are in there to fight.
I agree on the front of the media, you know, because media, I always say that boxing is a camera business. And so definitely a fighter that is able to sell his fight before he gets into the ring is that kind of fighter that many fans would want to, you know, have eyes on. So I agree that fighters need to be able to, you know, say things and do things that will put them in the limelight, that will make them dominate and, you know, make journalists want to take their words and write about them. But then again, I hope that these media people will take that kind of story and then bring it up. Not that after the guys also making the noise and everything about you see Victor a segment and go like, okay, I like fighters from this side, so I'm going to write about him. I like fighters from that side, so I'm going to write about him. You know, so I hope that when they get opportunities, they really make a very big use of it, and then the media men should also try as much as possible to cover like Africa, because first of all, it's not easy for the guys to get there. I know it is not easy for any fighter to become a world champion. The way already the game is in the US, imagine the guy is from Ghana. You will have to work his way out, fight in Ghana, fight people from Tanzania, fight from Nigeria, fight in South Africa, move from here, sometimes have to go fight in UK and break through to get into the USA. And when he's able to get there, fight his way to become a world champion. And then when he gets the championship, you guys don't even talk about him like he worked hard equally like some of these fighters that you guys write about did. So we would really appreciate if these journalists out there, this boxing journalist out there who writes about foreign fighters, please do same for African fighters who are able to get to the top, because the same way that the one in the US have stories to tell for you guys to write about, is the same way that this guys coming from Africa also have a story to tell. So please consider and then write about them when they become great. Make sure that you write about them for the boxing lovers around the world to know that, yeah, this guy also came from this place and has been able to become great. So we lost you a few times, but we are glad that you are back on. We are basically talking about I'm trying to get the last words from you, but from Amedoda, he was saying that his last words would be that he would appreciate if the media write about African fighters a lot. And for you, I don't know what your last words will be, but on top of everything that we've discussed, or even something that we haven't discussed, what will be your last words before we end the show tonight?
I'd like to also pick it from where Amedoda is coming from, because at the end of the day, the things we even talk on these shows, Kofi, every Thursday we are here, and the things we talk on this show, Kofi, if some of the media or these bloggers will just pick some of the controversial things or the important things we see about boxing here and even write about us, Kofi, that will create a lot of confusion, because Kofi, the things we talk about here are really interesting. And if it will go far, it all depends on the media. Because our output, the content we give out here on Kboxtv, Kofi, it's really a big deal. I tell you, if they show that we are doing, we have that viewership, or we have maybe we are maybe PBC on Force, or maybe a big company in US shows a bit of what we talk about here, Kofi, I tell you, we will start making millions of dollars. And when we make millions of dollars, where does the money go? The money comes to Africa. The money comes to Ghana here, because we will spend here, we will build here, we will take care of our children and everything here. And once we are spending that money, this taxpayers' money, it goes in a long way to even come and pay them back. So if they want to sit in this country and the media in Africa is not projecting a sport like boxing that is bringing a lot of money, then Kofi is sad. Because you go to the internet and all you see is slave queens, slave kings. Like, you see the content they are putting out is not even worth it. Content they put out is not worth it. And you realize that the people on social media, they need news. So what you feed them with is what they want to eat. At the end of the day, they want to eat every day. They want news every day. So if you are giving them negative news, they will just take it like that. because they want to feed themselves. But if you are giving them positive news, you are talking about the kind of shows maybe we talk about here. Maybe Amedoda says something. What Amedoda says, people feel is wrong. You put it out there. The debate is on. You get me? They talk about it, and it generates. It makes Amedoda popular. It makes you popular. It makes me popular. Kboxtv to also gets the opportunity to get to the world. And if Kboxtv is able to get to the world and he's even streaming fights just in Ghana here, Kofi, that's a lot of money. But the media is not feeding anything. Is not feeding anything good to the people that are hungry for news. Poor content. Kofi, go through the news. Even big. This new thing that they brought, Stingy Men Association, a whole daily graphic. Ghana, one of the biggest blogging pages, is nationally owned. Was posting Saturday about this stingy thing. And Kofi, I watched it and I was sad. And I'm like, if this news portal, this is one of the biggest news portal in the country, and he's posting about this stingy thing, Stingy Men Association thing, it clearly shows that we Africans, we are not serious. Because go to abroad, go to the US, go to Europe, and see the way they are projecting sports. See the way the media has even they are giving good content. So people are paying and they are making money out of it. I don't know, they are making money out of it. So if you have a page, if they are listening to us and you have a big page, you have a blogging page, and you don't want to open your eyes, you don't want to be a businessman, be there. Because just maybe you posting about we are boxing staff. One day, if we get to the world stage and we are in the US and maybe we are invited to even come and give commentary on a fight, maybe a fighter from Africa is going to fight, and they invite us, okay, these are the kind of people that we know that they are always there every Thursday to talk about boxing. And they invite us to come and even say something. Once we are going, you, this blogger that you are blogging, you get the opportunity to connect to the American market. And once you connect to the American market, if there's a fight or something, PBC on first can contact you that, okay, we need to promote this fight. We want this fight to go through Africa because we are come to do pay-per-view or something. We want to get a pay-per-view here. So we will pay you money for you to hype the fight on your blog. Kofi, you make cool money. And that was not going to be the chicken changes that they are taking, the 1,000 Ghanaians and they're taking. Kofi, you can just get maybe a $20,000 deal just to promote just one fight. So you see, they must open their mind. Business making is not a joke thing. It's not something that maybe this one is doing this, so I must also do the same thing. When this one started blogging and you also come into blogging, you have to bring in something new. And look at the avenues that are there that people are not focusing on, like boxing. Nobody's focusing on, even sports in Ghana. If you take Gary or Smith and you take this George or something, if you take those two people outside, what they are doing here is a joke. It's a total joke. It's total joke. Because a whole Joy News will tell you they have Joy Sports, but the Joy Sports they do there, it's only sports alike. Football. Only sports alike they show. No content though. They go and pick content and come and show it to us. And if you are doing this, nobody would like to do business with you. So it's our time. Because Kofi, it's sad. It's sad. You let me leave it here.
It's sad. As for our, if we say we are going to, if you are saying, I don't even know what to say. Comments are coming in with time. What things will be possible? Comments are coming in. Boxing should be shown in most television stations, which we agree with you. Talking about the media problem that we have, like, see, some of our fighters would have been able to secure bigger fights if the media would have. We have people in Ghana who have 40 wins. 40. Do you know what 40 wins means? If Bobarum look, hey, 40. Do you know that money you will give him?
Exactly.
I'm serious. We have people in Ghana who have 40 wins.
Exactly.
40 wins, and they are in Ghana, and they haven't been able to reach the GFK. Just not to talk about LGM grant for them to go and fight. But he has 40 wins in Ghana, and he's fought some of the best fighters in Africa. He's fought people from South. I don't want to mention his name, but I feel like I'll have to mention because I'm using him as an example. I'm talking about Ubeda side. He has about 40 plus. He's fought some of the best fighters. He's fought Tanzanians. He has fought South Africans. He has fought Congo people. He has fought Nigerians. He has fought Burkina. He has fought a lot of people. 40 plus.
40 is no joke.
Put
if
40
it's not
in
a
front
football
of
that 40 wins, it cannot be a cooked fight for you. 40 times, no promoter will do that for you.
No.
No promoter will do that for you. So it shows you have really worked hard.
Yeah. So we the media, you see, we are doing our part. Amedoda, Sowah, myself, we are doing our part that we can do to help. Obviously, if the resources get bigger, we'll definitely. We are not just sitting here because you want to just talk about boxing. The ideal plan is to be able to have shows, streaming, and because Sowah is a promoter. He's an up and coming promoter that he started doing with his own. Amedoda is a commentator that you can put him on, and then he'll be able to run your show for you. It's a whole thing. But like we see with the other avenues, a lot of people are in the game that has helped music become what it is in Ghana. You understand? So the same way, we would appreciate if I read an article on, I think, CTFM that there's this guy is called Leroy Hawkson. He used to be one of my producers on Kboxtv, but now because he started he's always wanted to do chess. So I encourage him, like, no, Charlie, you want to do chess, give it your mind, so give it your all. So now he's doing it full time. But then he wrote a couple of stories for me for Kboxtv, and then he shared it. Can you imagine that CTFM took the story, and then all the places that he wrote Kboxtv, or he put names of, like, say, you or me and everything, they took all the names away, and then they posted the story like it's their story. They are writing it. And then he called me, and then he was telling me, I'm like, bro, I told you, man, when you do the right thing in Ghana, they will never give you the credit for it. But they will not go looking for it to go and do. Do you know how much data that everybody, like the three of us, will spend to come sit here to talk? And for you to go write your story, and then write the story in such a way that you discredit the person who has put effort in trying to make sure that you get a story to write. It's not right, but it's happening. And so if tomorrow we come back and then we are all season, and then we see a story like that, and we take you to court that for defamation and everything, will you say that we are wicked?
Kofi, you see, people like me, you tell me I'm wicked. Because Kofi, you see, when I look back and I see the way we struggle to get to where we are, because Kofi, definitely, me, I always see, sometimes when I wake up from my bed and I look at the difficulties we are facing in life in this boxing business and all that, I still have hope, and I believe that the kind of effort that we are putting in, God will never put us to shame. We are going to be big guys in boxing, and Kofi will make those millions of dollars. And I always say, when we make those millions of dollars, Kofi, content, nobody will fool with our content. Come here, I'll see you. I'll take that money from you. Kofi, I'll take it from you.
I don't know. Let me hear what you have to say. You've been laughing and staying quiet. But the way media hasn't helped boxing.
Yeah, Kofi, it's true. Media in Ghana don't help boxing, and they don't help boxers. Okay, that is what is happening. If media in Ghana is helping a bit, like the boxers that we have in Ghana here, like, in fact, even as you talk about Obodai, apart from boxing enthusiasts, nobody knows Obodai. It is sad. Nobody know him. Media is not do media, no, unless they are waiting for the person to become a world champion before they started bringing the person to their studio to come and interview him and things like that. And I don't know whether it's because of money. When they interview, you have to give them money or things like that. I don't know. So when they go out, just about football, that is all. They don't talk about boxing. They don't try to promote boxing. They don't do anything to help boxing. And that is it. So now that news are coming, they are talking about it, especially because of COVID-19. We are trying to force some things in, and then boxing will become popular on televisions and things like that. I think we should focus on it, and then the whole country should focus on it, and then make it work. But especially is the media. That is what will put this thing on board. Without media, no. You can't do anything. Without media, you cannot do anything. There was a saying that without adverts, a business without advert is like winking a lady in the darkness. Only you know what you are doing.
Right.
That is why even the big companies still they are doing adverts. Okay, a whole company like a whole company that ran Heineken. Okay, they capitalize on this thing and say that, hey, Champions League, the biggest football tournament in the world, is for him, it's for them. So,
but whether they sponsor or not, like we'll still drink it.
Yeah. You see, that is it. That is it. So if you bring that kind of business mind into Ghana here, and then you see some people move on to capitalize on it. They say that, hey, this company is trying to support or is supporting boxing and then sponsoring boxing. Then it will be something, because now, drinks are there, and then Pokeke and the rest are all in the system booming. If they try to help the poor boxers from Buko and then Kolegono and things like that, those drinks will become more popular and things like that. Let me tell you this. Buko Baku ran advert for this particular drink, Pokeke, and then the song that he put on that he composed on this drink. Because of that, because of Buko Baku, I love that drink, and then I most of the time drink it. And you see, so let the companies come out, okay? Let the companies come out and say that, hey, we are going to help boxing, okay? Because of one boxer, your product might be booming in town. Just because your boxer make a good show and somebody love your boxer, the person is loving your boxer with your product, okay? That is it. So, but I don't know how come the business tycoons are not capitalizing on that and then make the boxers to also go on to feel something. You see, it is sad.
The takeover is coming, and the changeover is coming. Like Sowah is saying, if it so happens that everything we discuss comes to pass, I feel like some people will find themselves very wanting, because some of us, including all of us, especially the three of us, have really spent a lot over the past year, and even now we are back in 2021, right? Nobody's taking anything. So we are still back in strong and still making sure that our show is running. Boxes, even yes, we talk about foreign boxes, but make sure that we discuss what is happening in our house before we take it to the world. It means it is something that is also very important to us, and so we discuss everything, and then we make sure that sometimes our show is being watched. Like sometimes I wake up in the morning, I realize that maybe we had like 1K. By the morning it goes like 2.5, 3K. In fact, we've been here and then we've had about over 300 and something K before views. It means somebody somewhere really sat down to watch us and really got to know some content, or got to know about that particular set of boxes that we're discussing from Ghana. So my point is, a point will come, or a day will come, that this takeover is really going to happen. We ask ourselves, where will you be standing? Will you be standing with us, or will you be standing against us? If you stand against us, then make sure that you really be standing on your feet well, because if it's going to be against us, it means that if the guys are able to excel, you're really going to find yourself well. Like guys, I always say a very big thank you to you guys, and we have a lot of things to achieve with this thing that we're doing. We know that with time we'll be able to take it to the next level, especially with promoters around us already. It means that if the next level comes, it would definitely be amazing. I'm only praying that we'll have enough boxers to push, we'll have enough quality shows to show the world, because I feel like we've seen enough fights too, that if we start showing the things on our own now, we wouldn't want to repeat some of the things that we are seeing. I feel like we'll bring on quality fights, even if the fighter is coming from somewhere else. We make sure that we put some sort of quality on screen, especially because the goal is not just to let anybody just see somebody, but to see somebody and make sure that this person is really the material that can really shock the world. And so we'll keep working at it, and definitely everything will come through. So guys, thank you again for your time. I don't know if you guys want to see something again.
For me, I would like to say it again.
Okay, all right. Then we'll end the show tonight. Hopefully we'll be back here on Thursday night again, and then we'll discuss what will be happening next week. Hopefully, we hope that we'll have a lot of stories, especially from Ghana and Africa, and let the world around the world know what is happening in our space. Until then, guys, have a very good evening, and God bless you guys all.
God bless you too, Kofi.